Hi little sloths, welcome to another eating show with me, Nicobocado Avocado, and we have Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge, who's returned. Oh, a bus goes by. Oh, I just want to say, I am racing against the clock right now because it's about to thunderstorm, and when it thunderstorms here in Latin America with our tin roofs, you know it's loud, so the mukbang will become a disaster. I need to start doing this early in the morning. Right now it's about 11:30 a.m., 11:30 in the morning. I should do it like more like 9 a.m. and the dogs are barking. Everyone's trying to say something to you guys. So welcome to my eating show. Today we are doing something really special. This is my first time ever having ramen noodles that I've made myself. All right, I think I've had it at a friend's house 1 or 2 times before, but you know, when I went to college, all my friends, their moms and dads gave them ramen. You know, keep them under your bunk bed in the college dorm room, or you know, you keep them in the refrigerator because you put it in the microwave, it's done, it's calorie rich, it fills you up, it's delicious. You know, everyone loves a good ramen. I never got ramen. My mom used to give me peanut butter, and I mean, I'm not complaining, I love peanut butter, but I'm just saying, I never really bought ramen, I never made it myself. This is my first time having ramen. Over here is the soup. Now you make the ramen, everyone, see, I was gonna do a recipe mukbang and show you guys how to make ramen, but I was talking to Orlin. Orlin's like, everyone knows how to make ramen, Nick. Everyone makes ramen. You put it in water, you boil it, or put it in the microwave, you're done. But we added some vegetables. There's some vegetables in here. There's carrots, there's broccoli, there's peas, there's tomatoes. Yes, so just to get some more nutrients. And obviously you make it with water, but I put the water over here. I have a little soup on the side. They came with like chicken powder and beef powder, some kind of powder, something you add to it. But I just want my noodles, but I want my noodles to taste good. So to make this really special, I'm going to add either soy sauce. Oh, I need to be careful. Put this over here. Now we have Tipio Oriental, Tipio Ogres Dulce. I don't know what that, I think it's like a sweet and sour sauce. I think I'm gonna do this, you guys, teriyaki. Teriyaki. Ooh, that would make it really cool. And we have this one, which is ajos, which is garlic. So, vote right now, vote below. Which one should I do? Which bottle should I do? I'm gonna go with my gut. My gut said teriyaki sauce would be really nice. So, I'm gonna take the teriyaki, and this is brand new. I'm gonna open it up for you guys. So how's everyone's day? Morning, night, where are you in the world? Who's watching this? Who's watching? I don't know who's watching. All right, we got my bowl. We got my teriyaki. That's a carrot. I'm really hungry, by the way. Woke up, had a few bananas. That's what I do. But I'm just like, now I need a real meal. So we're gonna put this on top. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have to take this off. No, see, I never liked teriyaki sauce growing up. It was something my father used to really enjoy. He put it on his ribs or something, right? What do you eat this with? Ribs, I think. Cows. It reminds me of my dad. Oh, here we go. Oh, hopefully this is enough. Oh, yes. How many of you are hungry right now? So we're gonna stir this up. Ooh, make it nice and black. How's everyone's day, like I said? And also, I wanna know what you're eating with me. You can't be watching a mukbang and eating air. I know some people are trying to be breatharian these days, but let me tell you the spoiler. It's a fad, it ain't gonna last. Is this black enough? Okay, the noodles don't really absorb the teriyaki. It looks to me like it doesn't, no. Please give me a tip, those of you that are ramen experts, since I'm a ramen virgin. This is my first time, like, how do I make, obviously you're supposed to add the powder, you're supposed to follow the instructions and add what the package gives you. But I didn't want to eat the chicken today, so I want to make it teriyaki, but it's not sticking to the noodles. So this will just be runny teriyaki noodles. That's okay. Or maybe if I fry it. Who is hungry? Let's dig in. So I should just eat out this bowl. I was gonna be polite and eat out of my nice plastic chinaware. If you're new to my channel, just excuse the city ambulance. This is for Mr. Noodle. Okay, Mr. Noodle, you want your noodles? Noodle, come here, Noodle, come get it. You want your noodle? You have to come get it, come on. Noodle, Noodle, say it to the crowd. Say it nice and proud to the crowd. Noodle, you want noodles? Noodle, oh, you eat your noodles. So, this is Mr. Noodle. Sometimes I call him Ebenezer because I will be honest, sometimes he's a cranky, you know what, in the you know what. But I love him, and I named him Noodle because he loves noodle. Those of you that saw my first mukbang with him eating noodles, he went crazy. He first of all was a diva, took over the show, interrupted me, came running around the noodle bowl, and I'm like, Noodle would be perfect because he's crazy. No, you can't have teriyaki sauce. I'm sorry. Do not give teriyaki sauce, or I don't think any of these sauces at that, to the birds. They can have like these types of foods, more plain Jane, you know, low salt. Okay, and I'm gonna have my first bite of my ramen noodles. This was a very long introduction, but most of my introductions are long, so sorry. That is good. All right, Mr. Noodle, you're gonna come over here, you go over there, and I'm gonna eat here. This has lots of vegetables, which I love. Come over here, my love. Come over here and eat your noodles. So, this is really tasty. By the way, this is the contents of 4 ramen packets. And each packet has like 450 calories, something like that, 460. So this is close to 2,000 calories. Now, my breakfast was really, really bad. It was like 3 bananas or something. So I want to eat the whole thing. And I'm only bringing this up to you guys. And I'm bringing it up because I want to do less talking today and more eating. All right, can I do that? Can I do that? I don't know. But I want to finish my bowl for everyone. I'm sorry about the slurping. Oh, I should have gotten a napkin. I always forget to get a napkin. So I'm gonna use my hand. Look, this is a slop. You wouldn't have clicked on a ramen noodle mukbang if you didn't know that slurping and sloppiness would have been involved. Would you have? I don't know. You know, there are really crazy people out there in the world. You never know what people's motives are. You don't know what their intentions are. You don't know why they're even watching you to begin with. Orlin loves carnivorous plants. And there's a carnivorous plant community on YouTube. You know, all the other carnivorous plant owners showing off their plants and talking about how they do stuff to their plant. I don't do plants, so I can't really tell you in technical terms what they do. But, oops, sorry, here, come over here. But yeah, there's some crazy people in that community. He was telling me about one of these YouTubers that he liked. I forget his name, but he was making consistent videos about carnivorous plants, or then like watching it many years ago. Well, he has an updated video saying, I'm no longer making videos. The plant community is too crazy, full of nut jobs. And so it just goes to show, no matter what group of people you get yourself in life with, there will be the outcasts, there will be the people that throw the stones, the clowns, the people that, you know, there's no such thing as a perfect community. No matter if you're involved in race cars, no matter if you're involved in religion, no matter if you're involved in plants, or, you know, what other, the gay community, or the makeup community, the beauty guru communities, or the vegan community. They all have their crazies, you know? They all have their crazies. So, this is why my mom, she told me that she wanted to get a house in Ireland on a hill with no neighbors, and says like, this is peace. There's a, what's that? I can't think of it. Hear the music, the Mexican cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Lots of Mexican music playing outside. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. You probably can't hear that well because the windows are here, but they're closed, but everyone loves their Mexican music. Where are my Latino viewers? Say hello, comment down below. Let me know that you're watching and eating with me right now. Though I'm sure this ramen noodle mukbang is going to attract a wide crowd of people. All types of people love noodles. I love noodles. I could live off noodles. Could you? I don't know. I have something that I need to share with you guys. This is personal. How you doing, Mr. Noodle? How you doing? Mr. Noodle loves his noodle. So I was debating about even sharing this with everybody, but I'm going to. I woke up today with, can you see on my back? It's very hard to see. There's a line here, a line. It goes all the way down my back. Now, probably a lot of you want me to take my shirt off so you can see, but I'm gonna be respectable here and keep my clothes on for my mukbang, because we're at the kitchen table talk right now. But I woke up with this line, and I forget what it's called. It starts with an H. Orlin told me it's like when you have like internal, not bruise, bleeding. Like there's pressure or like a quick snap, you know? Like, for example, when I used to get spanked with the clothes hanger or the belt, it will leave one of these lines. But I don't remember getting beat up, and it wasn't here yesterday. I noticed it when I was taking my clothes off to take a shower. And I looked in the mirror, which is in the bathroom, and I'm like, what is this? And it goes down my back. I called Orlin in. I said, did you do anything to my back? He's like, you would know if I did. Well, I'm like, I don't know what you do when I'm sleeping. It's like perfect times. Only dreams now. Stay still. Yeah, I'm like, did you do anything? He said no. And he said, but this only comes about if there's like blunt force trauma. There's something, a hard snap or pressure. And I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah, but sometimes ghosts do that, or witches are known for scratching. I'm like, oh my gosh, witches in this la casa, I think no bueno. But we had like a burglar problem. We don't know who it was. We don't even know if it was a man or a ghost. That's the problem. So a few weeks ago, we were laying down in the office because this room was under construction. And we were laying on the floor, and well, I was sleeping. I heard about this the next day. And Orlin was awake around 3 a.m. and so was our roommate, Max, and he was awake as well. And they heard our staircase rattles. It's metal and it's not fully fastened. I know it's scary, not fully fastened into the wall, but when you step on it, it rattles a little bit. You'll see it's a spiral staircase, and we heard the rattle, and then the dog started barking. There was our roommate's dog, and so I slept through the whole thing. I had my earphones and my eye mask, and I didn't even know what's going on. Orlin woke up. I don't think he went to go check. All he told me is that, yeah, both me and the roommate and the dog all heard someone come down the stairs, rattle, rattle. And so the next day, we set up booby traps so that if they would knock into something, it would be like a domino effect. It would all fall down the stairs. We had broomsticks and nails and pots and pans and brushes, all around the spiral staircase, so that if someone was, because at the time, you're like, how did they get into your house? I'm sorry, this story's not very good. We didn't have windows or doors. It was open, so any of our neighbors here, there, were at the rooftop level. They could all walk over to us and come into our house. There was no protection. And so we were thinking someone did that. Noodle, come back and eat. Noodle's gonna come here. Midnight and 3 a.m. are the ghost hours. Raise your paw, how many of you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in supernatural activity, supernatural superstitiousness? I've never seen a ghost. I've never experienced a ghost. I've always thought, oh, they're stories. However, Orlin has seen many ghosts in his lifetime. And, I had my doubts, but then he would tell me that he, his sister, and his mom all saw the same ghost at the same time. And it's like, oh, how do you refute that? They were driving when they were in Colombia, down this road. In Colombia, as you guys know, it's at war. It's the longest war in human history, about 60 years of war. It's displaced more people than the Syria refugees, the Syria crisis, whatever you want to call what's happening there. Over 6 million people have been displaced because of the Colombia War. Over like 300,000 murders, there's been kidnapping, it goes on and on. But anyway, so I'm only bringing this up because this country is said to have a lot of ghosts, What's wrong, you want some more? Ebenezer, come eat some more. Oh, you want to come back up on me? Okay. So this country is said to have a lot of ghosts, like spirits or people that died at bad times and they're stuck in this paradigm. See, I don't even know what word to use because I don't know. What is this? Why don't they go up? Why don't they go down? They're still here. Orlin says that most farms in Colombia are haunted, and witchcraft is very common here. Very, very common. Same with in Brazil. Long story short, it could have been a ghost trying to come down the stairs, and sometimes they move objects, sometimes they mess with electronics. So I want to know, is my house being haunted? Am I waking up with marks on my... Oh, and Orlin gets what's called sleep paralysis, where it's like this devil sits on your stomach in the middle of the night. So we just hung up a dream catcher. It's right here up on the, because I'm in the bedroom. It's right here up on the wall, a dream catcher. You wanna go down? Okay. A dream catcher to like maybe catch the ghosts, catch the bad dreams. Oh, it has to poop. I did not train Noodle to potty train, like, but he doesn't like pooping on me. He doesn't like pooping on Orlin. He will, I don't know if you heard that. He will instead poop on the floor or the furniture like he just did, or, oh, on the nice tablecloth. Okay, I should get back to eating. So yeah, this is the story with the thing on my arm. How many of you believe in ghosts? This is delicious. Oh yes. Get into my tummy. I love teriyaki sauce now. Is it? I thought teriyaki sauce was very oily. It's not oily. There's like very little oil in here. I'll check for you guys right now. Teriyaki sauce, base soya for salads. And yeah, zero grasa. Grasa is fat, grease, no fat. And it's made from, oh gosh, here comes Spanish. Agua, which is water, azúcar, which is sugar, proteína vegetale de soya, y mayo. So that's maíz, there we go. That is my Spanish. Hello, my Spanish people. You guys are laughing at me right now. Yes, this is corn and soy oil. Yes. No, protein. I'm sorry. My head's not working right now. I think I just need to eat more. Like I said, this was going to be a quieter mukbang, less talking, because I always have all my bizarre stories for you guys. But I just need to eat right now. Is there a polite way to eat this? I guess it's like all noodles. It's messy. You slurp it in, you slurp it out. Hopefully you don't hear the music being played. It doesn't sound like Mexican music anymore. Now it sounds like reggaeton. But I don't know where that comes from. Colombia? Oh no, now it does sound. You know, the traditional Mexican music has trumpets. I'm very glad that we added vegetables. I should have showed you the recipe. It's very easy to make ramen, but I just want to show you putting it together. Oh, darn. It's okay. I have a separate this will be in a playlist called Mukbangs, and we have another playlist called Recipe and Mukbang Recipe. So you get the both. Some people don't want to see recipe. They have no time for. I've never really been a recipe person my whole life, so I don't want to leave you guys. No person left behind. Did you see that? My fork was backwards. I went like this. There you go. You want some more noodles? Let's see. Noodle. There you go. Oh, it just wants to be fed. You know, the birds are really growing on me. Growing up, birds were never a thing for me. I did go through one little obsession, one little phase when I was a child, where I would draw portraits of birds, and they all had the same, like from the side. I would draw a circle in the body, the beak, but they would just all be different colors. I didn't know the varieties. I was just being creative. And I was fascinated by those birds. That phase ended pretty quickly. And that's the last I've ever thought of birds or wanted birds or liked birds. But now that I'm here, it's like, oh, you know what? Birds are really, they're growing on me a lot. And you're probably thinking, if you don't like birds, why have them? Well, here's the thing. Orlin, I don't dislike birds. Watching my words here. Orlin has had birds his whole life. It's very common. If you're Latino, and you come from Central South America, especially South America, everyone has birds. It's like the dog of the North. It's like a man's best friend is these birds, except Ebenezer. So he's used to that. He's always cared for birds. He worked at an exotic vet hospital. He's a vet assistant, studied to be a technician, and worked under different exotic species doctors, and he's done autopsies and biopsies and surgeries, and he's done all kinds of stuff on birds. So this is his thing, But so but it's grown on me. It's really grown on me. And it's like, oh, you know what? There's so much personality. They come running to you for food. They get all puffy sometimes when you pick them up. Did you hear that? He went. When they do that with their beak, that means they're happy. It means they're content. It's like us going, or like going like this. Like just content, happy. And that's what the bird just did, if you heard. Am I too bright? I almost look like I'm too bright. No, I think I'm okay. Noodle. 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 Oops, I almost dropped it. He's so cute. How many of you guys have parrots? He is an Amazon parrot. Amazon something. I just said, oh no, you can't have this one. This one has teriyaki sauce. This is very good. Highly recommend it. It's cheap, it's tasty. If you add some veggies, it becomes nutritious. I'm sorry, this is just... Food is the highlight of life, you know? It really is. It's the center of culture. You know, when you go out on a date, it's not just the movie, you gotta eat. You go out for a nice dinner, or you at least eat popcorn at the theater, you know? Food is so much. But that's obvious, right? I know. This is so good. This is really good. Oh, I have a story for you guys. So this happened many weeks ago. I should have told you exactly when it happened, so it's even fresher in my mind, but I will never forget this because it's never happened to me before. So we were on the bus and I was where were we even going? Oh, I know where we're going. It was my first dentist checkup because I wanted my teeth By the way, thank you to everyone who's been expressing concern. Oh, you're so cute. Expressing concern and giving their words of comfort, you know, with my whole teeth thing. Great news. Well, first of all, it's good and bad. The good news is I'm not gonna need, excuse me, new teeth, all right? That was the whole dilemma. Oh, I have to get this root canal, I have to get this pulled out, well, I'm gonna get implants, well, F it, I'm just gonna do my whole set of teeth because I hate teeth pain, and it's cheaper in Mexico, and cheaper in many other places, Thailand, to do it. And I'm like, I just wanna do it, even though I don't have the money yet, it's what I'm gonna do. Well, here's the thing, I'm not gonna need it because remember I said when I went to the dentist, they took the x-ray and they looked at it and the guy said, well, our x-ray specialist, the guy that does the surgery, the root canal guy, he's not here today, but I'm the general hygienist. I'll look at it. Oh, yes, you need a root canal. Come back another day. And that's where I left you guys, right? Well, I went back and the guy looked at it and he's like, all right, well, now we have to do an isolated x-ray because that was of my whole mouth. I forget what it's called. It's like panorama. It goes around your whole mouth. I forget what it's called. You guys know what it's called, that type of x-ray. So, he did the isolated x-ray and he put this thing on my face and the x-ray went in and he was like, oh, that was a glitch in our x-ray machine. Your teeth are perfect. There's no crack, there's not even an abscess, not a single cavity on your whole mouth. And I was like, oh my God. And then we went home, that tooth pain went away and it's been away ever since. Here's the thing. I suffer from a lot of mental disorders. I suffer from poor mental health in different areas. And it might sound funny, but it's actually true for me. It's actually, I might be able to relate to some of you guys out there right now by saying this. I suffer from hypochondria, paranormal hypochondria. If you tell me that my head's crooked, I'll be like, oh yes, that does explain. You know, my head has been feeling a little off these days. You have head falling off syndrome. Your head will fall off. Oh yes, that's right. Oh yes. I should never ever look up symptoms for X, Y, and Z because I'll read the symptoms on like what is it called? WebMD. Oh my gosh. And then I tell myself I have those symptoms and then I diagnose myself. Your mind is so powerful. It's like food. You know, people attempt these crazy, pure, clean diets, and if they go in not telling themselves they're enjoying it, they're gonna fail because your mindset is so powerful. And the opposite's true. If you tell yourself this is the healthiest food in the world and you can live off just pasta and grains, you'll probably do better than someone that goes into it not prepared to say, yes, this is gonna make me feel good. Go in there and say, no, it's deficient in this, you need balance, you need some meat and protein and blah, blah. Okay? So that's what I'm getting at. I have hypochondria. I remember a few years ago, I went through a whole scare where I thought I had AIDS. Or not AIDS, HIV. And I'm not gonna tell you the story about what happened. Just use your imagination, you know. Was I in college? Yeah, so I was just out of college. You know, you have fun, you do things, you make mistakes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have AIDS. And I read the symptoms of AIDS, and all of a sudden I had all those symptoms. Fever and nausea and fatigue, extreme fatigue, and this and that, and like, I told myself I had it. It was already locked in my brain that I was HIV positive, and I was too afraid to get the test because I passed out from needles of getting blood drawn. So I was like, oh, I just have it. Eventually, I had to get blood drawn because I was getting tested for cancer. Oh, stop. I was getting tested for cancer because I have lymph nodes on my neck that stick out. They're very prominent. They stick out on my neck. How's your food, by the way? Are you enjoying? Okay, comment right now and say, I'm still here. I'm still here. I want to know if you guys are still here. So anyways, back to the story. I have the lymph nodes. They're like, we have to do blood draw to make sure that everything is okay in your body. And I was like, oh, my mom said, it is, if you're testing for cancer, get over your phobia, do it. I passed out 2 times before they even put the needle in. I broke the person's chair from falling into it, from passing out. And she was like, boy, go get a soda. And I got a soda and I came back and they did it. Well, I was HIV negative. And guess what? All my symptoms went away of HIV. So, and these are just 2 examples of many examples that I've had throughout my life. Why did I even bring this up? My tooth. It's crazy. I scare myself into believing something. I scare myself into thinking that I have something when I don't. And I know I'm not the only one out there that goes through this. If you're one of these people, let me know. We are blood sisters. We're gonna get through this. Blood brothers, you know, like, mental health is a real crisis. I was watching The View. I know in yesterday's mukbang I talked about The View, and some of you don't like The View, and you're like, don't talk about those liberal. But besides the liberal, I mean, I still really like them. Like I said yesterday, I wish it was more balanced, the views. Just yesterday, they put out a video called, should your child stay home from school for mental health issues? Because, you know, you can be calling sick, my body hurts, I have strep throat, my nose, you know, I have flu-like symptoms. My mom used to write it all the time on my note for school. When I didn't feel good, she's like, my son has flu-like symptoms. I'm confirming that he's not playing hooky, he's here in bed and sick, he's ill, done. Well, one of the discussions was, I think they're thinking about doing it in a school, or it's already taking place, that kids can now call in sick for mental health issues. And what do you think about that? Mental health, like I was saying with my paranoia, hypochondria, it's a problem. Mental health, you know, that is loud music. Oh, it's a car going by. Your hand might hurt, your throat might hurt, but your mind is what runs your whole body. It's like the nucleus of a cell. Yeah, some little cell membrane might be messed up, and yeah, it's having problems. But if the nucleus acts up, you're I'm gonna bleep out that word too, because of YouTube's new rules. But am I right? What do you guys think? I think mental health is a real thing. You know, I was diagnosed with ADD. I wasn't diagnosed with OCD. I don't think I was. I never took medicine for it, but I have many traits of it. Those are the only 2, ADD. And you know what? Mental health is such an interesting thing too, because you can struggle, you can lack in one area of your brain, but since there's an opposite and equal action for every there's an opposite and equal reaction for every action. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, okay? Balance, yin and yang. For example, people who have Asperger's or types of autism, they lack in a part of their brain. It's just how they're born, you know? But a lot of these people are gifted or brilliant in other areas, such as music or art or even math. I think some of the best musicians I have ever met when I was doing my competitions, when I was at school, when I was going on tour, like playing in orchestra, everything I did, whether it was musical theater, opera, orchestra, solo violin, even the violin student, even the teachers, you know, crazy. The best people, the most gifted ones, were socially inept. They were lacking in some areas. They were bombastic. They had some personality issues. Well, issues to me, maybe they're strengths to them. It depends how you look at it. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's very hard to find someone that is perfect at math and science and art and is a good person and is humble and not egotistical. Like, for example, I love this violinist named Hilary Hahn. I can't find anything wrong with her. Well, here's the thing. She's very private, so she could have some personality flaws. She could have some mental health problems. And you're like, why would I say such a thing about someone? Well, here's the thing. I'm only saying it because I'm trying to like justify this yin and yang, this balance on this earth, you know? She is so gifted with music. She's gifted with speaking. She's a great speaker. She's gifted with writing. She is smart. She went to college when she was like 13 or something. And she's pretty. She's at a healthy weight. She eats. It's like, what? There has to be something wrong with you. Tell me what is wrong with you. Are not a robot. Are you an alien? Conspiracy theory, the reptilians. I don't know where Hilary Hahn comes from. You know, I introduced Hilary Hahn to Orlin, and he calls her an alien. He's like, oh, there's the alien. Because she's just, there's no flaws. Even her flaws are not flaws. Let's be honest. So, but there must be something. I'm trying to think of something really bad to balance out how great she is, you know? Here are the noodles. See, it tastes oily too. Well, obviously we put some oil into this. The soup! I forgot the soup. Here's the soup. The soup. Zopa, as we call it in Espanol. Zopa. Sopa. Oh, there's some plain noodles in here too. Yeah, the water that we cooked the ramen in had oil in it. So this tastes, I guess, oily, but something about teriyaki sauce. It's very oily. I don't know. Slurp, slurp, slurp. How you doing, noodle? How you doing? Say your name. Oh, God bless your sweet little heart. That's a feather flying in the air. Oh, God bless your little heart. Oh, why does the bus have to go by? Oh no, that's the meat truck. Cows on that tractor going up the hill. Noodle. Oh, she's cute. I would do Lady in the. Oops. Oh, you are sloppy. You are sloppy. Noodle. Oh, you are sloppy. He's a hashtag sloppy sloth, just like me. Oh, it's okay. I'll clean it up later. Oh, he's like, you guys, I love when he preens my hair. You're like, what's preening? Birds, they apply and distribute natural oil that's coming out from their bodies and put it onto all their feathers so that when they get wet, they can, you know, still get around. They preen. It's like us combing our hair. Well, sometimes when he sits on my shoulder, oh, he'll start preening my hair. He'll just be, excuse me, and that is a sign of affection in the bird. Did you know there's whole psychologists that study birds? Bird psychology. Orlin took the class. He's talked to me. Oh, my hair looks a little messy. He's talked to other people that are bird psychologists, and it's so fascinating. They like can understand what they think and what this means, what that means, and you know, crunching the beak that all parrots do. It is a sign of being happy. They've put little wires up to their brains to see like what gets heavier with blood during certain moments, which indicates a certain emotion. Like, it's just so cool. So he's really happy right now. The bird's growing on me, you guys. I feel like we're falling in love. He's still a baby. That's why he doesn't have a lot of, come here. He doesn't have a lot of his feathers yet. And a lot of you are saying, oh, your bird has parasites, your bird has a disease, like you need to take him to a doctor. You guys, thank you so much, but he's a baby, all right? So birds live an average of 120 years. Parrots, I mean. Some less, some about 50, some about 80. But he's gonna live into his hundreds. He will outlive me. And definitely outlive me because he's a baby. And they stay at this baby stage for many years. So he won't get his full set of feathers for another 1 to 2 years. And then he's not even bonded with anyone until he reaches sexual maturity. And I keep saying he better bond with me. I don't want him to bond with Orlin. Because once they mate, they stay monogamous for life, pretty much. And so once he gets really attached to me, hopefully me, maybe Orlin, but Orlin has Roberto, that's his bird. They will die for you. They are so attached to you. You know, so since he was born at the human hand, I know some of you that are watching this have an Amazon parrot. You know, it didn't come from the wild, you know, that it's born to the human hand. It comes from, you know, they brought the birds to the States, and then they multiply those birds in the States. And that in turn protects the natural ones in the wild. They don't have to poach them anymore. And they become, it's selective imprinting. And you're breeding them to be comfortable with humans. So anyways, I hope he bonds with me. That's not gonna come for another few years, but I think about it, you know, because I already feel like he, you know, preening my hair, you know, cracking his thing. He sometimes gets really puffy. Sometimes he runs to me on the floor, you know. I promised you guys I would eat this whole thing. And I will. We're getting there. We're almost there, all right? I promise. This is not going to take 2 hours. I'm going to finish this right now. When I eat, wow, I did not chew at all. I just swallowed. And I'm usually not a swallower. When I eat, I become so happy. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. And I feel like I'm not the only one. Like I said at the start of this mukbang, humans, the culture, what drives our actions, our behaviors is either because of food, because of a lack of food, because of a certain type of food, a chemical from food. For example, having ADD. My parents would have known to take out some chemicals in certain foods that could have greatly helped that chemical reaction, the chemical thing that was going on in my brain from having ADD, and how it could have greatly benefited. Oh wow, I would have saved a lot of money, and you know, having to take medicines that have side effects. So I'm just saying, food affects us. Food is what drives us. When I eat food, I feel so good. I feel so happy, and I feel thankful. You know, I have never lived my life where I wasn't able to eat. I've never gone starving. I say I'm starving a lot of the times. Oh, I'm starving because I only had 2 bananas this morning. But you know, there are some people in the world that 2 bananas, wow, you got more than double than what you're used to. 1 banana a day is lucky. You know, I don't want to say too much about him or put words into his mouth or speak about, excuse me, his past, but I will say, Orlin has experienced what it's like to be hungry at certain times. A lot of people in this country, look at Venezuela right now. Venezuela right now, they're struggling to get food. Orlin went to Africa. He volunteered there in Ethiopia, and he went twice. And he saw people that were very lucky to get X, Y, and Z. You know, if they had a big meal, first of all, this is gluttonous to them because they don't have access to it. Whereas if you're watching this, you're like, oh, that's really cool because you're probably in the United States or Europe, Australia. Comment down below. Let me know where you're from. I think most of you guys are from the States, but I want to know where you guys are from. Who's watching? Are you guys in Asia? Are you guys in Finland? Are you guys in South Africa? Where are you guys from? I want to know. I'm from Ukraine, but I'm not in Ukraine anymore. I was. That's where I was born. So anyways, okay. All right, this happened yesterday's mukbang. I kicked my stand over. If this falls, that is not funny. See, I did yesterday. You'll see my yesterday's mukbang at the mac and cheese. I crossed my legs and the camera flipped over. If that would have broken, if that would have cracked, I would have lost, first of all, a good, $500, $600 worth to pay for. I used the Canon G7X for those of you that are wondering. Money gone, my aspirations gone. So what was I talking about? Food. Yeah, where are you from? Food affects people. I'm very lucky to be able to eat this, even though it's gluttonous to people in parts of Africa, parts of Latin America, even parts of the United States. There are people that, you know, we don't want to admit it. We don't want to admit that our country has people struggling for food. That almost seems too beneath us for the best country in the world, for a first world developed civilized nation. It's too below us to know that there's thousands of people in our own country that, you know, are struggling to get food. But that, if we are honest, it exists. All right? It exists. So when I eat, I feel happy, but I feel thankful. I do. I really, really do. And I want to know if you feel that way too. Wherever you are in the world, definitely tell me where you live. Comment down below. You know, a lot of the politicians, a lot of, oh, bless you. A lot of, oh, he came closer to me, oh, and he's all puffy. A lot of people that are like, what do you call them? Analytics, analyzers, stats, I don't know. I have seen on the news, I've read, I've heard from Orlin, that they predict that the next world war, or one of the biggest wars to ever take place on this planet, if humans are still here, which sometimes I don't think we will be, but if we are still here 20 years from now, 50 years from now, there will be war over resources, food. Because as the population grows exponentially, where there's more and more people and less land to grow food, we're in trouble. More countries are going through drought than ever before. More countries are chopping down their trees. In Indonesia, where do you think your toilet paper comes from? Your paper to go to school. Oh my God. I went to the Catholic University of America, and we had unlimited printing. We could print 500-page books and they wouldn't blink twice. It was good and bad. It was good if you wanted to print whatever you needed. It was like a gift to the university. They provided that. But oh my God, watching them refill those printers like every 10 minutes, the computer lab was huge. And just so much paper. I swear that university alone was responsible for an acre of rainforest every 2 months. It was crazy. And how long does it take to get those trees back, that acre of rainforest? 10, 20, 50 years to get those? It's like, I know there's paper farms. I've read about paper farms in the States too, in southern not plantations, tree plantations. That's what, tree farms. Or in Indonesia, I know, parts of Indonesia. There's gonna be a war over resources, water, food, land, natural gas, fossil fuels. Hopefully we're moving more towards solar energy so we can all just have equal amount of energy. But then, you know, people lose power when that happens. So I see. I don't want to get all the cynical, not cynical. People are gonna make memes out of that. I just like stuttered. I don't not like. What do you call it? Optimistic. What's the opposite of optimistic? I can't talk. I need food. Optimistic. What's the opposite of that? That's what I'm being right now. I don't want to do that. I want to help lift you guys up because this world is a scary place at times. And pretty hateful and disastrous. But here we are together. We're eating and we're alive and we're healthy. I hope you're healthy. I hope I'm healthy. But we're here, you know. We're doing okay. We're making it through day by day, step by step. I promised I would finish this. I will finish this right now. It's just so much food. So last night, ew, I know, I'm sorry. I should have recorded my dinner. Oh my God, Orlin made me a waffle salad, and that sounds really disgusting. But let me tell you, it was delicious. First of all, he took Aunt Jemima pancake mix, and he made little pancakes, but he turned them into waffles somehow. Put like butter on it and oil on it. And it was so fatty and so delicious. And then, so that was the base. It was like this buttery, crumple. And he put salad on top, fresh salad, crunchy. And then he put some sauteed, chopped onions and tomatoes on top and brought it to me. It looked like this mountain, this green mountain with like, looked like a Christmas tree. It was so good. I wish I could have recorded it for you guys. Oh, but the lighting is crap at nighttime. So I'm only doing stuff in the morning or the afternoon time. I don't even know what time it is right now. This has probably been going on for an hour, so we're probably, excuse me, at 12 p.m. Let me take a bite. Oh, I wish I'm gonna do a pancake. No, a waffle salad mukbang for you guys. Sometimes when you get really full, doesn't your brain do the same thing you do when you're really hungry? You start combining words and slurring, and things are like, what is happening? Oh my gosh, my dad. I love my dad is a really good person. He's a really good guy, and I feel bad because I didn't give him much credit at all growing up. I didn't like him. I didn't get along with him. I didn't really bond with him. I was into music. He was into sports. I was into violin. He was into race cars. I was into being clean. He was getting down and dirty with the baseball team. You know, it was like, oh my God, that sounds sexual. You know what I mean? Like, just lots of differences. He was into tools. I was into Barbies. I mean, so we didn't have the best relationship. And on top of that, with all my mental problems and just being immature, I didn't give him credit that he deserved. So Dad, if you're watching this, I don't think you are. I don't even think you ever go on YouTube. I think I've seen you go on YouTube once. Yes. But if you're watching this, like, this is how I think of you. This is how I tell people about you. And, yeah. Anyways, what was I even saying? I forget why I even brought my dad. Oh, my funny dad. So when we would have Thanksgiving and the whole family would get together and we would have lots of food to eat. We would have the chicken or the turkey and the ham and oh, my mom used to make the best sweet potato marshmallow concoction. It was like a bowl this large, sweet potatoes mashed up with butter, a stick of butter, some sugar, and marshmallows. Oh, and her corn pudding. Oh, it was so good. The cranberry sauce, the wine. I remember the last year, I haven't had Thanksgiving with my family since 2000. Oh, I can't even tell you. I was in college, so like 2011, 2012, something like that. But that last time that I did drink wine too. It was just, and I remember my dad, he came out, he was like, I got my eating pants on, and it's your pajama pants, you know, the long pajama pants that you snuggle up in when it's cold outside. And he could stretch it out to here. He would stand up and he would like, you know, pull his pants out to here. He's like, I got eating pants on, I'm gonna fill me up. And I remember by the end of the dinner, or whatever, we all be like, whether it's from the wine, whether it's from the food, whether it's because we're sick of hearing our family members speak, whatever reason, we're kind of like, by the end of the thing. And my dad always fell asleep at the dinner, always. Or he would excuse himself from the table and go to the couch and take a long nap. Like right away, his body needs to digest all that food. Usually it was at the table. Even when it wasn't Thanksgiving, we're talking just like regular eating. Like he'd be the first one done, he'll get shoveled in, and then he'll be like, like falling asleep right at the table. And it's just happening to me, Dad. Oh my gosh. I should give you a call and say that I can relate to you on this now. I'm like, oh, my brain, what am I saying? I lose track, I lose topic. Yeah, this is why you guys are watching me. You watch me because my mind is going many places during mukbangs. Most mukbangers out there, I've watched a bunch. It's mostly eating, which I get is so, like, fascinating to a lot of people, and a lot of people find it to be sexually stimulating, hearing the slurping. I know this whole fetish originated in Korea, the idea of mukbang and communicating with an audience. So there was some communication, there was feedback, and you were answering questions. But I'm more like a story time mukbanger. I tell stories and I chit chat and I keep you company while you eat. More so than you watching me shove this down. Because you guys know I can. You've seen my avocado challenge where I ate 21 avocados in a row. You've seen me eat 5,000 calories of pasta in Thailand. You know I can eat, but I'm providing you with something, I think. I try. You're creepy. Go away. Orlin, come say hi. I forgot napkins as usual.
Hey, you ate all our food.
Oh, I didn't save any for Orlin. Typical. Goes to bed hungry. Remember I was talking about how fortunate I am? Well, he ain't that fortunate.
Oops. If you do.
Oh, he likes feeding me.
Shut up, you talk too much.
He
talks so much.
This is why my mukbangs are so long. You guys, I think I'm gonna end it right here. I'll be honest, I'm really full. I ate most of it, so maybe 1,900 calories. This is like a handful of, like if I scoop this all together, this clump of noodles is probably 100, 150 calories. The vegetables are negligible. They're just there to give you nutrients, not to make you feel energized. All right, so I was a good boy. I did most of it. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed my mukbang too and enjoyed all my stories. And I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'm gonna be consistent with my mukbangs. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh, by the way, I don't know what's happening next week. I'm not gonna give any details away, but something very special is happening next week. And I don't really know what's gonna happen. I don't know how the video format's gonna be. I will be making videos, but there's a surprise on the way. I will just say, this time next week, or like this time tomorrow, that did not make sense. A week from tomorrow, there you go. Something special is on the way on this channel, so definitely stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my next mukbang. And if you enjoyed this, please give this a thumbs up and comment down below and let me know, first of all, what you ate, second of all, where you're from, because I really want to know where most of you are coming from. And third of all, if you liked what I had to say. And Noodle, want to say goodbye? Ebenezer, oh, you know I was talking about mental health. I think he should be, Ebenezer Scrooge has some narcissistic personality disorder or some kind of bipolar disorder. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, you're so cute. Okay, so me, Noodle, and Orlin down there on the floor wish you a really good day. Stay safe, stay full, be grateful for what you have, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. My husband waits for me on our bed. Oh, I ate so much. Oh, I like your Swayze glasses though. Why are you tired? What'd you eat?
The whole kitchen. True story.
Yes, he's going for round 2. That little sneak.